This is the July version of Paper Stash Smash, what I made in July and what I hope to use in August. So hi everyone, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums. This is a collab that I host along with Carolina from Carolina's Crafts. And the purpose is to use things in your Smash and use them up. I have been working really hard for the past 6 years. I live and travel and craft in my RV, and I brought along some paper. And I bought paper along the way. I like stopping in local scrapbook stores, and occasionally I have things mailed to me. And I was on a design team, and I did guest designing. So there wasn't any lack of paper in my life. I am really, this is what I had at the beginning of the year. I've been keeping track of what I had as far as full collections. And I've been able to use them as I go. This past month, I guess in the beginning of the month, I wrote down everything I had wanted to use for the end of the month. And if I use this, I will not have any full collections left in my stash. What will I do then? Well, I've got plans, and I will tell you that as the year goes on what I plan to do after I smash everything in my stash, if I do. And don't forget, I have lots of single sheets. These are just collections. So for July, the July prompt is free choice, which is good. So to July. Oh, by the way, this is available in my coffee shop. I made it to keep myself sort of straight on what I make and where I am. These signify when we move from one campground to another. I don't put the names of it down here because I don't want, just for privacy reasons. But for July, we got to a place and we stayed till the 7th. We moved on the 8th and stayed in that place till the 14th. On the 14th, we will be at a place for the rest of, till the 28th. And then we're moving, actually, we don't know where we're going for those 3 days. In August, we start work camping, which means we will be in a campground and I will be volunteering to help with things in the campground. If you follow my travel journal series, after I finish that work camping assignment, you'll see it. So in August, I'll talk about what I did in July in my travel journal series. Anyhow, back to July. So I had a couple paper collections that I wanted to smash. I had an Alice in Wonderland collection from Stamperia. I had it for many years, and I just kept buying and buying and buying things. Well, I decided, because one of my viewers said, hey, if you have that, why don't you use it? I'd like to see what you can do. So let me show you what I did with the Alice in Wonderland collection. So I actually made another mini album in a box. This is just a real quick walkthrough. I've got a more detailed walkthrough on my channel. I just actually made this little video to put in my Etsy shop. Although this album sold the day I put it in my Etsy shop, so it's no longer available. Anyhow, this was the first project I made. It was quite involved, but although I sort of was dreading using this collection, because sometimes it's hard to use Stamperia collection, I like how it came out. And luckily, I was able to use an existing mini album that I had in my stash. So that was something else I was able to smash. So win-win. Like I said, there's another video. I'll link it in the description if you'd like to check it out. The next thing I made was I had some paper from Paige Evans called Adventurous. And then there was another one. And for the life of me, I can't remember the name of it. But I also had some acetate, and I made some acetate mini albums. This is the thumbnail because I don't have a quick little video on it, but again, it's listed on my channel. So go check that out because those were really fun to make. And since I'm just sharing thumbnails, here are a few other projects that I made throughout the month of July. I cleaned up my computer and I didn't record my videos. I usually do the smash your stash as I do it, and I didn't do it this time. So anyhow, I'm showing you albums I made. I had made a 9x5 mini album a couple of years ago and have a tutorial on it. And I decided that I liked the size, so I made 5 of them, sort of assembly line style, and then spent a couple of weeks just decorating, matting them, and adding whatever embellishments that I had in my stash. So if you have a stash, make some mini albums and fill them up. And it's a great way of using things in your stash. It's easy because then you're cutting out, instead of one set of papers for an album, you're cutting out 5 of the same papers. If you make the pages simple, you can just cut out 30 of the same piece. And then when you're decorating, you can just crank them out. Not that you don't want to enjoy the decorating, but you know, at this stage, I sort of knew what I wanted to do with decorating. I wanted to use, like in this one, I wanted to use some pom-pom trim. And I just wanted to get some mini albums made so I can put them in my Etsy shop. If you want to do craft fairs, maybe something like this would work. Okay, anyhow, next thing I did was I had picked up a Love from Lizzie collection, and I made a couple of things, but I wanted to go through and make a bunch of cards because I needed some greeting cards to send out to people. So here I'm showing you a collection that I picked up from Love from Lizzie. My friend Michelle from East Bay Stamp Chick is on the design team, and she inspired me to get some of these collections because really Love from Lizzie has some great collections. So anyhow, I took what they had and added some cards to my stash, and I've already given them some of them out, and people love them. They love them. And I also had my daughter come because my daughter is close to where we're staying, and she and I crafted together with some of the stamps and the papers, and you know, it's just a lot of fun. It's, even though she's not a card maker, we were able to take some of the elements and make some cards. So there is a full video showing you the cards that I made as well. In July, we also introduced a new collaboration of Open to Anybody. It's Christmas in July PSS. There's a hashtag, so people joined along and showed us what projects they made. But I'm showing you this. I used up 2 8x8 paper collections to make this mini album. Again, there's a full video, and you can check out that. And I used an existing tutorial, so check that out. And I also had some leftover paper, so with that I made several different kinds of hidden paper clips. There's a video telling you where I got my inspiration from and that. I'll share this again in the Christmas in July. And hint, there will be a Halloween in August paper stash smash. Open collaboration, so anyone's free to play along. So look for a video on that as well. Another thing I smashed was this Patio Party 6x6 paper collection. I picked it up. I shouldn't have. I really didn't love it. The little cut aparts were tiny. I didn't feel like I could I just wasn't feeling it. You guys ever get like that? But I said, you know what? I have to smash it in July. So I did. I falled back and made these little mini notebooks. I tell myself, don't just do that. There's other things you can do. But you know what? I did that. These ones I did, you know, a little more Carolina style, a little more cut aparts, a little more tags. I even added the little dividers. I figured I'd give them to my girls and they can give them out to their friends or whatever. So I was able to smash all of the paper, every single little bit, you know, because there were these little things. I mean, really, are you going to write that small on there? Like I said, I just, this is the tag. Look at how tiny that is. Don't look at the ink on my hand. Just look at how tiny that is. But anyhow, I got it out of my stash. I made something useful with it. It made me happy. So I was able to say I smashed that. This is another Christmas project. When you're able to smash 2 things at once, it makes me happy. It's 3, because I also had stickers. This was the Boho Christmas collection. Again, this is for Christmas in July Paper Stash Smash. Don't tell anyone I'm sharing it on this one. But I smashed it, and I'm happy that I got it out of my stash and made something really cool. I also had a snap book. Now, these were the small snap books. They're 4¼ by 7. So it's a little bit of a challenge. I also grabbed, was this the one? I made my own pages for this. I used some clear acetate holders that were from Echo Park, which don't really coordinate with Simple Stories, but I made it work. They were for an 8x8 book, or a 6x8 book. So anyhow, I made it work. Is it my favorite project? No. But is it going to be good to give to somebody? Yes. Oh my gosh, I really do have lots of ink. So anyhow, I did smash that, and that is out of my stash, as well as the snap book and the stickers, completely done. So I guess it was a successful month because I did what I said I was going to do. I smashed Alice in Wonderland, Adventurous, Patio Party, The Vintage Christmas, The Boho Christmas, and Love from Lizzie. So I am able to cross those off of my list. I'm looking to see if anything's on my... Oh no, that wouldn't be there. Alice. Let's see, anything else I can cross off? Boho Christmas. Spook things, Autumn Breeze. I'm seeing some Christmas things. Oh, Adventurous. No, I didn't do the Poppy and Pear. That's why I need to use erasable marker. Patio Party, I was able to smash. Oh, the Adventurous is here. Okay. So I was able to smash some things. And I also smashed the snap book. Do I have that listed anywhere? There. Snap book. Okay. So that's it. So let's look ahead. What do I think I will do in August? So August is a 12 by 12 paper collection. And so, well, let me grab them out and see how they look. Okay, the first thing I want to work on is a 12 by 12 farmhouse collection from Graphic 45. I have an 8 by 8, and actually I'm hoping to smash it before the end of the month, and then I'll have leftover so I can add it to the 12 by 12. So that's the first thing. I've had that in my stash for a while. I also would like to smash Forever Fields from Maggie Holmes and Poppy and Pear from B. Valiant. I have some ephemera. Now this isn't from Poppy and Pear, but that matches. And, well, I don't know about that. This is from Gingham, from Crate Paper. Will that match with this one? Yes, it will. So maybe I can do something with that. So I'm going to go through and see what I can use. I mean, not just the paper I want to smash, but anything that coordinates with it. Boy, this actually looks really nice together. So it's vellum. You know, I had so much fun using the acetate with the Adventurous collection that I thought, you know what, if I can use some vellum, that would be great. Simple Vintage Woodlands. I've been using it, but I still have almost a full 6 by 8. Simple Vintage Autumn Breeze. I have 2 of those. And then, as I said, stay tuned for an announcement on a Halloween Paper Stash Smash collaboration that will be coming up soon. And I'm hoping to smash these things in my stash. So that is it. That is what I made in July and what I hope to use for August. Don't forget to check out all the other collaborators and use that hashtag Paper Stash Smash and hashtag Christmas in July PSS to see what other people have joined along and made for July. And what they've made, there's other people following along trying to smash their stash, and that's a good thing. So thanks so much for watching and have a fabulous day.